AD 235, Ancient Rome. No, wait. Not Rome itself. A Roman fort on one of the most remote frontiers in the empire. Welcome to Hadrian's Wall, in what's now northern England. And welcome to Housesteads Fort. Housesteads was one of 14 forts built along Hadrian's Wall around AD 130. I've recreated the fort to look as it would have about AD 235, a century or so after it was built. Perched high on top of a long ridge, Housesteads had views for miles over the wild Northlands. It was garrisoned by the first cohort of Tungrians, an auxiliary infantry unit of some 800 soldiers who called Housesteads home for over 250 years. In AD 235, the soldiers would have packed tightly into the fort's 11 barrack blocks, about 8 soldiers to a room. Centurions, who led a century of 80 men, lived and worked in spacious end units attached to the barrack blocks. The fort's commander lived large, in a Mediterranean-style courtyard villa, with servants, bookkeepers, scribes, a well-stocked kitchen, and all the perks of Roman living. The heart of Housesteads was the headquarters, the Principia, with its open yard, large hall for addressing the troops, the shrine and chapel of the standards, and various offices. North of the headquarters lie the fort's granaries, always kept well stocked. Behind them lay another courtyard building believed to be a hospital. All of these have been excavated by archaeologists over 100 years ago. A Roman fort had to be self-sufficient. Housesteads maintained nearly a dozen small bakeries and at least 3 large workshops. Fields terraced into the steep slopes kept the fort supplied and the troops well fed. But the most remarkable thing about Housesteads Fort may not have been the fort at all. By AD 235, a large village had grown up on the slopes outside Housesteads. The vicus, as such a village is called, was made up of retired soldiers, craftsmen, tavern keepers, merchants, farmers, people who made their living by selling to the army. A Roman fort wasn't just a fort, it was the nucleus of a whole living landscape. Housestead's 3rd century vicus thrived. It held dozens of homes, workshops, barns, and sheds. It had a population of hundreds, and an inscription was found stating that it had even earned the right of self-government. It was a place filled with the sights, sounds, and smells of backyard industries, farmsteads and paddocks, and side-lot vegetable gardens. Of course, not everyone thrived. Hadrian's Wall can be a harsh place to call home. Cold winters, wet summers, and thin soils meant that surely some hopes and dreams met their end here. And one house in the vicus was the final resting place for 2 murder victims, found buried under its floor. Housesteads too met its end eventually, falling to ruin along with the Roman Empire itself. But for a time, Housesteads, like many other forts along Hadrian's Wall, was a beacon of civilization and prosperity amid a sea of rolling green. I hope you enjoyed this brief walkthrough of my latest build. To download and explore it yourself, just follow the links in the description. Thanks for watching!